Hey guys, just a quick little thing. So I whipped up this little container here. I literally this is just some mosquito netting. I took my Dremel, cut the top out, hot glued this mosquito netting in place for some ventilation. And there's just some moss and some plants, or some moss, no, just moss. This kind of moss here, and some sticks and stuff, or bark. And it's for this. This is Henry. I originally named him Henry, because I thought it was a boy. It turned out to be a girl. After doing some research, Henry is a tan jumping spider. There's something in her for Henry to eat in there. I found Henry in my lab at work. She skittered across the floor, and I work in a glue factory, and insects that get into the factory usually don't do very well. Insects and arachnids, I should say. I know she's an arachnid. She's also got 7 legs. I've had her for about a week, and I captured her in a little cup and brought her home and put her in here. And so far she's eaten a small grasshopper and a cricket for me. So she is eating. She is doing well. This morning she was hiding down in this bark crevice here. So I'm surprised she's out and about, like walking around up at the top. Usually she just hangs out. But, I've wanted a jumping spider for a while, and I just happened to stumble upon her, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make her a little house. So I'm going to keep her. And, I'm not really a spider guy, but I don't mind jumping spiders. They're pretty cool. If she was bigger, I would handle her, but I'm afraid she's going to, jump somewhere on my desk, around the clutter on my desk, and disappear, and I don't want the cats eating her. So, then my other project, I downsized my aquarium. The fish are no longer in there, because a bunch of the fish died off, so I downsized them back into a 5-gallon. I'm going to empty this aquarium out and set up a vivarium, and I am on the lookout currently. It's that time of year in my area for nuptial flights for ants, so I want to keep an eye out for a Tetramoria, commonly called the sidewalk ant queen, so I can set up a little test tube setup so she can hang out in the winter, and I can start a vivarium with ants. I'll put a screen top on there, put a layer of alcohol mixed with baby powder. I watch the Ants Canada channel pretty religiously. And Ants Canada has taught me a lot about ants, and I think I want to get into ants. So I'm not going to start a lot of crazy colonies, probably just the Tetramoria colony in the 20-gallon. But anyway, this is Henry. Just wanted to show you guys that. I should be having some videos coming up soon with baby snakes for sale. There's a couple that have they scented their first few meals, and now they've just eaten 2 unscented meals. I'd like to get 4 unscented meals in them before I verify that they are eating unscented, and I would consider selling them. So, keep hoping she's going to jump and nail that weird grass bug. It's kind of like a grasshopper crossed with a moth. Like it was hopping / fluttering. But if she doesn't eat that, I'll probably just go get her some crickets or something again. But anyway, that's her. So I'm hoping she molts and grows that leg back, which would be cool. But who knows? Maybe I'll end up getting into spiders. I've got another one of those containers. I set this up. It's kind of the same thing, only it's out of a gummy bear container. But I put her in there, and it turned out I couldn't see her. It wasn't enough room. But this would be better for something terrestrial. So maybe I'll go find like a wolf spider or something. Same deal. Mosquito netting, hot glue. But this would be better for something terrestrial. So maybe I'll go find a wolf spider, or who knows. But Then the other project, which isn't going to happen for a very long time, because I need to own a house before I decide. I was gonna do it here in this house that we're renting, but I don't want to get established and then have to move everything. I will probably do videos once I get into it. It'll be a couple years. We need to pay off our debt, then work on getting up an emergency fund, and then a house down payment. So it's going to be a couple years, but until then, I will be learning as much as I can about bees. So I really want to get into beekeeping, both for the fun of it, making my own honey, stuff like that, and also possibly as a side business. Not the honey, the bees themselves. Nuke boxes, growing queens, mated queens that you can sell. Around here, a mated queen with a small colony of bees goes for about $175. And that's not bad. I actually will probably end up getting my first colony from a town, a couple towns over from me. I randomly, I was on Craigslist, just Google, or, just looking at stuff, and I typed in bees, and I found somebody who sells nuke boxes with mated queens. I live in Connecticut. I want to get bees that were raised in Connecticut. I don't want to get bees from Alabama or Texas or anything like that are not used to winters. We have winters here that can drop cold. So these are northern raised bees, and they're going to be tougher than, freshly imported bees from like Alabama or somewhere down south. So that's what's going on around here lately. Getting babies to eat, and I guess starting new hobbies. So I'll do, like I said, I'll have some stuff for sale soon. Yet again this year, I seem to have been overwhelmed with males. So a lot of them are from the purple line to the het albino, and I'm going to sell them probably relatively inexpensive because they've got cool patterns. Some of them are pretty purple, but they're not 100% purple line. They're outcrossed. So I am keeping back. I'm hoping the albino conda from the purple line, who is a picky eater at the moment. He has eaten a minnow, and then his last meal was 2 minnows and a pinky that smelled like a minnow. I'm hoping he'll be big enough to go next season. If he's not, I will be using his father, which is the purple line conda het albino. I'm going to breed that to my albino conda, and I'm hoping for a ton of albino condas, albino super condas. If I can do the albino conda to albino conda breeding, that will also have funky purple line patterning. But I need a bunch of holdback albino super condas. That's really what I need for future projects. The only other thing I'm thinking about picking up this season is a female het toffee adult. I saw one for sale. If it's still for sale and I have the money in the next couple weeks, I'll probably snag it. It's for my toffee conda male. And like I said, I really want to get our debts paid off, credit card debts and student loan debts, so I can get a house. Once I have a house and I have the space to expand, that's when I can get into more projects. I don't have a lot of space right now, and I need to get rid of the debt to do that, to get the house and have the money for a down payment. I mean, we shell out a ton of money in minimums a month, and it does nothing, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of paycheck to paycheck. So, I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life right now at my job, and I'm still broke all the time, and it's irritating. But what else? Oh, 2 things. My cat got outside. Our cat Benny, our black cat, he was out for 10 days. I finally ended up trapping him in a have-a-heart trap. And Benny is the sweetest cat I've ever known, but he's also an idiot. So I'm really surprised he survived outside, between the people driving like maniacs on my road and the coyotes and the foxes that are out there, that I know for a fact are out there. But he's fine. We took him to the vet last Friday. He did have a little bit of a bite mark on his butt, so we got him a rabies booster and an antibiotic shot. and the exam. And I mean, we found a good vet in this area, and it was $120 for all 3 of those things. So that was not bad considering. Let's see, about a month and a half ago, I was in a car accident, nothing major. I was driving, some teenage girl tried to come into my lane while I was still in the lane, and I noticed it, and I dodged, and I hit a curb, and I destroyed my tire and bent my strut, and I got it all on dash cam, got her license plate, got the whole thing on dash cam. She got a ticket for it. It took her insurance company a month to finally admit that they would pay for my car, and then it took the garage 2 weeks to fix my car. So I was without a car for a month and a half. The plus side, I got my car back. It's nicer than it was before, I'll leave it at that. They fixed something okay, my fender on my car came dented. I told the insurance company it came dented. They fixed the fender anyway. And hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. We delivered food and then we were getting a delivery. So yeah, when I sent the picture of my tire to the opposing insurance company, I pointed out that my fender had been dented prior to the accident. I bought it with a destroyed fender, essentially. A deer had run into it. You know, I mean, can't complain. I got the car for $1,000, hands down. And I told them, I was like, hey, you know, my fender came dented. When I got the car back last Friday, they had replaced the fender and painted it. It's like, my car looks almost new for a 2004. So, I guess waiting a month and a half. And then also, since I work with my best friend, rather than taking a rental car, I did the payout option. So I should be getting a check for like 15 days worth of what it would have cost them for me to rent a car. So it's gonna be like $400. But anyway, that's it. This video went on a little bit longer than I thought. I just wanted to show you guys the spider, and then I updated you about everything. So, God, jumping spiders are adorable. They are my favorite arachnid by far. Look how cute that is. But that's it for now. Like I said, I'll have some snake updates soon. Stay tuned. You know, I'll have stuff for sale. I'll have some deals. I'm probably going to start the raffle early this year for the holiday raffle. I have a male, I'm fairly sure is a low expression albino conda, and he's starting to eat pretty well, and I'm thinking I'm going to raffle him off this year. So it'll be one of those deals. I'm fairly sure he's a low expression albino conda. You know, at the very least he's an albino, so, you know, if you bid on him, it'll be the same as last year, $5 per ticket or 5 for 20. You know, so worst case scenario, and then shipping will be free. Worst case scenario, this thing does not want to focus. You could get an albino for 20 bucks or technically $5. Best case scenario, you get an albino conda for $5. So, and you help a kid get some Christmas presents. But I'll make a whole video detailing that one again when it's time to do the raffle. So, that's it. I'll catch you guys later. Out.